Hello everybody. We have a game with the white pieces against Scotty 88. We're gonna get a Jobava London on the board against a 1700. And even the 1700s again and again walk right into knight b5 on move 4. And then they sack a pawn. And then they lose the game. Very fast. Very fast. The last guy also hit our bishop. We also defended. He took. We took. And then the last guy that did this, what did he do? He did something weird. What did he do? He did, I don't remember. Oh yeah, maybe it was this. They brought their bishop out and oh yeah, it was this, and hung the pawn. And I said, yeah, they can't go here because of this. And now they hang the Trinity fork. And only now it's dawning on them what just happened. And you see, because this happens so many times on the speed run, it's hard for me to even forget if I want to. And I don't, like, this isn't my opening. I don't play the Jobava. So I don't really care that much about ideas and stuff. And you just, by repetition now, I just know this. So he goes here. I can just go here. I can long castle. Let's just develop with long castle. I don't care about my pawn. I'm up 3 points of material. He could spend turns taking one pawn. I will. Okay, he does take the pawn, but in this open position, I think the bishops are pretty strong. So I'm more than happy to take it. Also, if his rook goes here, it blocks the other rook. If it goes to where it just went, I get to take with check first so the knight can't recapture. Then I get to trade rooks, putting his knight on the back rank, and he can't castle, and his rook can't go to the desired file. Lots of disharmony in his position. So can we develop with a threat? Well, the problem is this check would win material if we do. Oh wait, no, this defends. What am I saying? Even so, though, it's a bit odd. I'm going to improve my king. I'm going to need to improve it anyway, but I think now is an interesting time. This is not a threat. This is not a threat. So let's proceed with developing with a threat. We're up 2 pawns with a winning position. Okay, so this is coming next. As is this. And we want to take control over the d4 square from all those pieces coordinating. That could spell counterplay. That's where I come up with the move c3 as opposed to bringing out my knight, which a lot of you would do. Hopefully you can see the difference. He gives us this check, but now that no pieces can use this square, it's a completely harmless check. And we could simply attack the bishop while getting out of the way, getting the turn back. Now when he goes here, we can pawn storm his stuff. We can also develop. I say let's do the pawn storm so that when he hits our bishop, we have an escape route. That's the only reason I'm choosing it over development, is exactly because of this. Now I can drop it back. It still looks at this pawn from a distance, dominates the knight. And he creates room for his bishop, but I mean, I guess against this. But I don't want to encourage his knight to go back to the center, so I'm just going to develop and then throw my rook here. Okay, he wastes time on the other side of the board. Now we can... He avoids the rook trade. Understandable. So we just solidify our pawn structure. Maybe he'll try to break it down. But this seems very problematic. He didn't trade rooks. Okay, so he's covering that square with the bishop now. Makes some sense. Our knight doesn't have many jumps, but it has this attack. Good enough for me. He tries to break down our chain, but he has too much stuff hanging. Okay. I mean, now we're relocating his rook. He's not actually threatening anything. This should be good enough. We could lift our king to solidify. He can't even swing his rook over. He can't move his king because of our bishop. He brings the knight back, but it can't go anywhere. So we don't mind seeing that. Let's get our king in the game. We need extra support with another piece. Okay, he moves the knight around. Let's take free stuff. Let's definitely take the trade because it's obviously completely winning king and pawn endgame. Now we have an outside passer and a different win condition. His knight just went around the world to go back home. No rematch, thank you. Good game though. But I mean, these guys, the Jobava London is not like super popular compared to mainstream openings, so I guess they don't know a lot. But one of the first things they'll teach you in the video is, you know, watching out for the Nb5 ideas. So 94% game. One mistake, but from a winning position to a winning position, so not a real mistake. So a good solid game because, again, even though he's 1700, he starts off with this natural move which loses the game. So we improve a piece for free. Free stuff. Now force move. Force move. Free stuff. White's winning. Force move. Free stuff for free. Free stuff. Force move. And now here, yeah, you could go for the bishop pair because, like I said, they're strong. I just long castle first. It does give him a turn to move the bishop, or the rook, but it's just a nuance. Now we go for it anyway, taking the bishop pair plus 3.6. Game over. Trading because free stuff. Trades or wins. Improving a piece. There's only 4 pieces total for each of us, including the king. So now is the time. It's okay to move it. Developing for free. Plus 4. Prophylaxis. That's all this is. It should make perfect sense that all 3 of his pieces are touching this square. Just take it away. Pawns are more powerful than every other piece in that way. Underrated. Anyway, force move for free. Okay, and then they're saying this is the mistake, giving my bishop some room instead of just developing. But come on, it's completely winning either way. And he does. You see, I'm not playing the engine. I'm playing humans. I'm psychologically have an idea of what the human's gonna do, and a lot of times it turns out to be correct. So it's funny how that works. Because humans are humans, so let's keep it that way. So let's go back to where that was. I clicked the wrong button. Yeah, A4. He goes to the side, force move. Development and center plus 4. Oops. Then development and center. He should trade because otherwise not so good. It's plus 6. Now you don't have to defend this pawn. It's probably better to just infiltrate, stronger threat, but who cares? It's +6, you could do what you want. Just improve a piece for free because it hits the pawn. Free stuff for free. Trades or wins, so free stuff. Force move. Improving a piece. Free stuff. Free stuff. The game's just over. Should be pretty self-explanatory at this point. If you play the Jobava London, let me know if there's knight b5 ideas, you're encountering them now, and you know exactly what to do or not. Good luck in your chess, and goodbye.